Who wants the first one?
On screen, Chuck Norris was a man of few words. But for audiences, it didn't matter. His roundhouse kicks and punches made him one of Hollywood's biggest action stars.
Send me a postcard.
But before audiences knew him, Norris was best known for being a master in martial arts, a black belt, and karate world champion, and even came up with his own style. One of his first film roles came thanks to an old training partner, legend Bruce Lee.
So he called me up and said, I want to do a movie with a fight scene that everyone will remember. And he said, would you come over and do the fight scene with me? I said, well, do I have to lose? He says, yeah, you have to lose.
Considered to be one of the quintessential fight scenes in cinema, The Way of the Dragon showed off Lee and Norris's high-flying moves with the Coliseum as the backdrop. With encouragement from his real-life student, actor Steve McQueen, Norris turned his attention to acting, leading to a box office run in the 80s. He became a marquee name in films like Lone Wolf McQuade, Missing in Action, and The Delta Force.
Well, welcome to the Texas Rangers, Trivet.
In the 90s, Norris became one of television's most popular good guys with a badge. Walker, Texas Ranger, ran for 9 seasons.
Well, it's all in a day's work.
But even after his Walker run, Norris still found a place in the pop culture lexicon. Fans posting memes, a riff on his physicality with Chuck Norris facts like, the flu gets a Chuck Norris shot once a year, and Chuck Norris can win a game of Connect 4 in only 3 moves. The actor always seeming to take it in good stride. Today, his family announced his sudden passing, saying he lived his life with faith, purpose, and an unwavering commitment to the people he loved. Through his work, he inspired millions around the world and left a lasting impact on so many lives.
Chuck Norris's twins break their silence on the action star's death. On March 20th, the legendary martial artist's twin children, Danny Lee and Dakota, whom he shared with wife Gina O'Kelly, speak out following their father's passing, with each sharing heartfelt tributes on their personal Instagram accounts. His daughter Danny Lee writes in part alongside photos of her father, I don't think grief is a good enough word to describe the emotions my family and I are going through right now. Losing a parent is something that you are never prepared for. She adds, my dad was my protector the moment I was born, and as soon as he took me in his arms, I've been his little girl. My dad loved so deeply and cared for every single person in his life with so much tenderness. Danny Lee continues, to say how thankful I am for him being my dad is an understatement. I will forever carry on his legacy and shower others in that compassion that he so frequently showed. On Dakota's account, he echoes his sister's loss and love for their father, writing in part, Dad, it's hard to find the right words for this, but I'll do my best. You've been the man I looked up to my whole life. I'm so proud to be your son. The memories we made, the lessons you taught me, and the constant laughs we shared will stay with me for the rest of my life. Thank you for everything you gave to our family and for the example you set every day. I hope I can live a life that honors you and makes you proud. I love you, Dad. I'll miss you forever. The actor was also father to sons Eric, Mike, and daughter Gina from previous relationships. His family confirmed his death in a statement released on social media March 20th, saying, It is with heavy hearts that our family shares the sudden passing of our beloved Chuck Norris yesterday morning. He was a devoted husband, a loving father and grandfather, an incredible brother, and the heart of our family. Through his work, discipline, and kindness, he inspired millions around the world and left a lasting impact on so many lives.
There are men who are remembered. There are men who are mourned. And then there is one man who death had to ask politely, and still had to wait. He was born in Ryan, Oklahoma, population 800. By the time he left, the town had already peaked. The Air Force stationed him in South Korea. He arrived as an airman named Carlos. He left as a weapon named Chuck. He lost his first 2 tournaments. Then he won 183 fights. Nobody talks about the 2. He once fought a man inside the Roman Coliseum. That man was Bruce Lee. It is the only fight in recorded history where the building was the 3rd toughest thing in the room. Steve McQueen, the coolest man in Hollywood, studied karate under him, then told him to try acting. Even the king of cool knew when he was standing in someone else's shadow. In the 1980s, Hollywood made action movies about him. He didn't use stunt doubles. Stunt doubles used him as a reference photo. He played a Texas Ranger on television for 8 years. Then Texas made him an honorary Ranger for real. The badge was a formality. The state had been his since the pilot episode. He was once bitten by a king cobra. After 5 days of agonizing pain, the cobra died. His roundhouse kick has been registered as a natural disaster in 14 countries. The other countries are still filling out the paperwork. The internet tried to turn him into a joke. His favorite? They wanted to put Chuck Norris on Mount Rushmore, but the granite wasn't tough enough for his beard. He didn't laugh because it was funny. He laughed because it was close. There is no chin behind his beard. There is only another fist. On March 10th, 2026, his 86th birthday, he posted a video of himself sparring in Hawaii. The caption read, "I don't age, I level up." He wasn't joking. He never was. Some men leave behind a legacy. He left behind a list of things that are still afraid of him. He was the most badass man in history, and he didn't need anyone to tell him that. But we're telling you anyway. Stay tough, my friends.
Sylvester Stallone just reacted to the passing of Chuck Norris, and his message was simple but said a lot. He posted a photo of the two of them together and wrote, "I had a great time working with Chuck. He was all-American in every way. Great man, and my condolences to his wonderful family." And honestly, that kind of statement fits perfectly with who Chuck Norris was. Stallone didn't overdo it, didn't try to make it dramatic. He just kept it real. My take is that sometimes the shorter messages hit harder, especially coming from someone like Stallone, who's been around legends his whole career. When he calls someone a great man, that carries weight. These are two guys who represent a whole era of action movies, toughness, and discipline. So seeing one speak on the other like that makes you realize how respected Chuck Norris really was behind the scenes. It also shows that this loss is being felt not just by fans, but by the people who actually knew him. And when other legends step up and show respect like this, it adds even more to the legacy he leaves behind.